All right, ladies and gents, welcome to today's video. My name is Taylor Benter. We're going to talk about how to write a legendary job description that will actually attract the type of high quality talent that I'm sure you actually want for your company, for your agency, whatever type of company you have. So in front of us on the screen here is the account executive Amazon PPC job description that I wrote not too long ago. And first of all, I just want you to pay attention to aesthetic, okay? A lot of job descriptions lack any aesthetic whatsoever. They're super freaking formal. They're the most least appealing looking things you've ever seen. And rarely do you ever see an emoji on a job description, let alone do you ever see a job description start with hello friend. Okay, so in my opinion, first of all, don't write this thing like a very professional piece of paper that looks boring as hell, like 99% of all other job descriptions that are written. Okay, that's step number one. Write this thing as if you're writing a letter directly to the person that's reading it. It is personal. Someone's thinking of potentially joining your company. They might spend the next 10 years of their life with you. It's a big decision. Don't write this thing like millions of people are reading it and that it's not actually addressed to anyone. Write it like you're talking to someone. In my opinion, it's much more engaging. It's an easier read for the person who wants to read it, etc. So that's step number one. We have this hosted in Notion.so, by the way, which is essentially a company wiki tool. It's an amazing tool. I highly recommend it for organizing information and for writing things like this. So we start off with hello friend. We have salary range, we have experience. This is basically the two most important things at the top here. We chose not to share the actual amount of base salary because it really depends on where the person is, what state they're in, and it'll fluctuate. The first thing we get into is what the culture is like. In my opinion, okay, if you're looking for the best talent, they are attracted to culture. They're not attracted to some high-paying salary job. At the core of what they want is purpose with a very purpose-driven team, okay? And so that's why we like to start off with culture. One, culture is the most important for us, and that's why we start off with it. And then we go into some things. Guardians at the door, crystal clear expectations, radical transparency, celebrate. You can see how we have emotions. It's bolded, it's underlined, it's easy to read, it's skimmable. It's written in a format where you can kind of skim through this. It's not heavy to look at where it's tons of blocky text. It's light, it feels good, it's aesthetic. Then we also have some images of our actual team having fun, celebrating a major win, a major milestone for us, reaching $100,000 plus per month in terms of MRR. And we also have a video of our company in this trip, which is very cool, and it has music and everything, etc., whatever. So it's a pretty cool video cut of us in Mexico, etc. So let alone does this job description, just pretty much break every standard of what a job description should look like. This thing has a freaking video on it. Here's my mindset in writing job descriptions. Write this thing like a high converting landing page. Don't write this thing like a boring block of text that describes a job. Write it like a high converting landing page that describes the lifestyle of what it's like when this person joins the company. You should give them everything that they can possibly imagine, all the information that you can possibly imagine that they would want to be able to make a decision so that they can read this thing and be empowered to make a decision almost immediately. That's kind of more or less the goal here. So culture comes first. Talk about why that is. Here's some things that we're looking for. Here's what you'll be doing. How will you be interacting with the team? This, by the way, a lot of this is sourced from interview questions that commonly come up in the interview process. Someone will say, hey, I read your job description, but I was wondering, how will I be interacting with your team? How will I be interacting with the team? I hear that over and over and over again. Okay, well, that's a clue. Maybe everybody wants to know this, and it's a very important piece of information. Let's put it in the job description. Okay, so that's an important element. Role progression. This one actually was just something that's one person asked me, and I was like, we need to throw this into our job description because I feel like that's a very important element. How does someone evolve in this role? And so again, another job description define, moment. We put GIFs in our job description. Yes, these are actual GIFs, like Looney Tunes GIF, a turtle walking up a slide, someone's arm being peeled apart, what looks like a cyber face from the Matrix, etc. So not only is this kind of aesthetically pleasing, but it's also very engaging. It'll keep their interest. It'll keep them reading. Just someone looking at this job description alone, it stands out. It's very different. It's very unique. It's very highly aligned with our culture. And these are all things I think are very important with a good job description. Okay, so continuing through here, we got role progression. Then we got how does our progression system work? We explain our progression system. And we give some examples of different people in the company who have progressed. I went all in on this because I thought it was actually a very important part, because the talent that we're looking for is the type of talent that does want to constantly progress and become, one of the best version of themselves they could possibly be. So transitioning roles is another thing. Compensation increases. Working hours was a topic that came up. Paid time off. Perks, and finally the application button. And if they want to creep us more, they can. We listed out our team bios page, our Instagram, our YouTube, our LinkedIn. And look at this. By the way, my name's Taylor. I'm the one who wrote all this for you. Again, this is very non-traditional, unconventional job description. I think it is by far the best job description I've ever seen. This is a super narcissistic comment. It's going to sound like, at least. But I've never seen a job description like this. If I were to imagine how I would like to see all the different job descriptions on planet Earth, if I was looking for a job, it would be something as cool as this, because I want to know what it's like truly like. And I think that this is an accurate reflection of what it's like inside of our company. We try to be very fun. We try to be just very natural in ourselves, and we don't care about the norm of job descriptions is this. Just because the norm of a job description is a blocky piece of text that's very informally written doesn't mean we're going to do that. We don't care. We'll throw some Looney Tunes GIFs in our job description. So yeah, this is probably highly unconventional, but this is what I recommend, and I will never not recommend it. I think that it's just a fantastic way to write a job description. Granted, okay, there are certain cases where you may be trying to hire hundreds of people, and so this system may not scale, but I'm sure there's ways you can incorporate something beautiful like this into a system that scales if you're looking for rapid, levels of hiring people like very quickly. So this is what I would recommend, ladies and gents. If you enjoyed this video, hit the comments section. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit every button. You can hit the dislike button as well. If you didn't like this video, by all means, go for it. And if you didn't like this video, and you don't like any videos I made, by all means, please hit the unsubscribe button. I don't know why you would be subscribed if you didn't enjoy any of these videos. I'm kind of just joking, but seriously, if you don't like these videos, hit the dislike button. All right, much love. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully this was insightful for you, and you can write a better job description that attracts higher quality people. All right, much love. Ciao.